Hi, it's Mark the LandRover, and today we have a bikini hood. So what this is, and I've not fitted it quite right yet because I've got to get that seam underneath this piece here, so I've got to do that yet. Because I actually didn't know how to fit it. I had to work it out. So I've got the top piece, which has got the curve. In fact, I'll go under there. So this bit here, oh, not pointing that bit there is the curve piece, which is on the inside, looks like that. So it straps under there like that, and then there's a piece that goes on the top of the windscreen, which is bolted in there and along the windscreen stem, and then there's a piping on this front piece, and the piping goes underneath there. So I haven't got that in there. It goes underneath that bit there. So I've got to unbolt that and then put it in, and then it will seal against the front. And we've got two straps here which come down to a couple of pieces. I think I've got them here somewhere. Where's my couple of bits? Oh, I've lost them now. There they are. So a couple of strap pieces on there. They can actually get, but I'll probably bolt them on because pop rivets are quite soft. So I'll probably bolt them on, and then we'll strap that down as well. And that'll keep our hood from moving about. And then we're on the back. We've got them fairly tight, but not too tight on the back. We can tighten these more, of course. Bolt it onto pegs on the back of the truck. Now I've gone for the seatbelt bar mainly because it's a nice strong seatbelt bar on this one, rather than put it on this frame, because this is just a hoop, and although it's solid now. In fact, I'm going to move that about now. It's actually solid, but when this is all not on, all this frame on, because that's the top of the door frame now, because the door seal would fit in there around here if I was going to put the top of the frame on. So what I've done is I've put series doors on, and I haven't put the frames in, the tops yet. So I'm not sure whether to mount rubbers on here, because this is mounting rubber to seal the door on, because I've not really decided to put doors on yet or not. I quite like it like that. Now it might be too windy to drive it like that, so, but I'm going to check out. I mean, it's coming up to winter now as well, so for this, she's getting a diesel heater which sits in here. So the diesel heater sits there, and then it's piped into the cab. And I'm hoping, I mean, I don't know, it might not work, but I'm hoping that warms up the cab enough to drive it with the bikini roof on, at least up until Christmas. I mean, after Christmas in January, when it's snowing and stuff, it'll get freezing, but it might be warm enough. So there's a couple of jobs we're doing as well. We're doing the bonnet hinges are getting galvanized. They've just been finished. They're done now, so I can put the bonnet back on. And then the bumper's getting galvanized, because if I'm honest, I bought an aftermarket bumper. It's not that good, but it's only a piece of straight steel, really. And so it's not a genuine one, but it's fairly weak. It's fairly thin. And it went rusty after about 2 months of being on. So we're going to put a galvanized bumper on. So I've got it galvanized, and it's actually finished and ready now. But I'm fairly chuffed with that. So the different pieces are, because if you fit in one of these, you need the front hoop in, and the front hoop has got the attachments on. You can see them over there, look, the bottom bolt and the top bolt. Excuse me, the top bolt's there, the bottom bolt there. And then the panel bit, the roof bit, curve bit, that bolts in there, there, and then is clamped by a piece on the front windscreen. So they're fairly easy to do, and it looks fairly smooth. Yeah, it looks fairly smooth up there. So it's fairly good, and that forms, when these two pieces are in, that forms the door seal, along where the original door sits, or the top of the door sits. So now we're all galvanized. That should stay pretty solid now. Of course, I've got a bin bag over my dash, because I didn't have a roof on for a couple of weeks, so I've got to take the bin bag off, and because now we can stay dry, reasonably dry. Just feed that into there for now, just so the water runs down the channels. But with all that galvanized, it all looks pretty good. I think it's quite good. And these hoops, I mean, you can put the extra hoops into, put another hoop in there, and another hoop in at the back, of course. Then you can fit the full canvas if you want to. So it's, because that's the original hoop. It's a good, it's a new hoop. It's been galvanized as well, so it looks pretty good. So I'm fairly chuffed with that job. That's not bad. That's taken me about, I don't know, about an hour to put on, I suppose. And it looks weird because the shed's behind it, but that's how she sits at the back. And what I've done, I've noticed these aluminium rivets. It pulled my bloody thing off. Pull this off, so I'll have to bolt that on instead of aluminium it. So it's just through a plate. So that wrecked my my pop rivet, so I'll have to put a stainless steel one on, or a bolt. You know, I'm not sure about this seatbelt bar now. Not sure about that. Well, it's on and it's solid and my seatbelts work, so that's pretty good. So over the weekend I'll probably put the seats in. Then we've got to do other jobs, mechanical jobs to get her started and running and going, and she's looking pretty good. She's not bad at all. I'm quite chuffed with that, so that's good. So Manners Mark, if you've got any problems or you need help putting your bikini hood on, that's a pretty reasonable job. It's from all-wheel trim. Fits pretty well. And it's canvas, it's black canvas, that one. So it'll fade out to a more earthy colour, you know, over the winter and the summer. It'll take about a year and it'll fade out to a canvasy type colour. So yeah, that's the LandRover so far. My name's Mark, see you soon.